Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's been a minute since I've been live, and I'm sorry about that. Got a lot of stuff going on. I decided to pull the green screen up because I want to keep this separate. This is a separate vibe. All right, but I kind of knew this was going to happen, and I want to bring it to y'all attention because in the movie Toy Story 1, I believe it was, Woody had his when you pull back his his string, and one of the sayings he used to say was, "It's a snake in my boots." Okay, and I thought that was funny. And when you think of a snake, you think of a guy or a creature that slithers. A lot of people believe that Eve was approached by a snake, right? Being deceptive and deceiving. And then when you have you think of something that you can't see in the grass and stuff like that, right? Now you guys know. I got a very, very long memory. And one of the things about, I'm not a perfect guy. I've made mistakes. I've sinned. I've done things that I'm not proud of. But like the great B Rabbit used to say, I know everything you're about to say against me. And one thing you can't want, a person that you should fear is a person that doesn't mind exposing their own secrets, right? So this here is something that I want to bring to y'all attention because it seems like the people who should care don't, right? So there's a guy and an individual y'all know, and I've been in my fair share of beefs and disagreements and stuff like that. And I really, really, really tried to stay out of anything because my team is doing very well, and I don't want to detract from the team and all that stuff. But you talking to a guy, okay, that for months was plotted on behind his back to get jumped by 7 members of a now defunct group. Okay. When this whole time I was being plotted on against, when I thought I was helping catch the culprit, right? And I realized that now in today's society, it's all about being afraid to do what's right, right? Now, I'm not about getting canceled. I'm not about cancel culture. That's not what I'm about. I was born in the 70s. Back in the 80s, we used to do all type of stuff. And I say back in the 80s like I was grown, but I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? We walking in the backyard and we saying things, right? That, you would get canceled for saying today, but those were the 80s, right? So you might be wondering, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I have told you guys over and over and over that there was an individual that was a great pretender. He was one thing in front of the camera, but behind the scenes, he was something else, right? And now that person's world is starting to collide. The behind the scenes is coming in front of the camera, right? And in this person's live stream the other day, it was something that was said that caught when I heard it. It was caught off guard. I was caught off guard, right? And this person goes by the name of Lions Talk with Micro Mike. Okay, now here we go again. You want drama? You want this stuff? No, that's not what I want. Okay, I'm a firm believer in reaping what you sow. Stuff like that. You get what's coming to you, whatever the thing is, right? And that includes myself, right? But a man with nothing to lose has nothing to fear, right? So if you don't have any secrets, can't nobody use nothing against you, right? So in the live stream that this person did, it was a word that was said. Now, you're talking about cancel culture, right? Cancel culture just popped up 5-10 years ago, all this other stuff. And I'm not about that life. But it's some things that transcend cancel culture. And no matter what culture you're in, there are certain things that just don't fly. Now, I have had a bunch of behind the scenes information, but I have taken the high road. And I just said, you know what, Derek, if you wait long enough, this person, the true identity, the true self of this person will show themselves. And they did just that. Now, I could be quiet, and I was going to be quiet. I really, really was. But then something happened, right? This person is the social media manager for a Lions Nation Unite. He's the social media manager. If you might have seen, he's been on their YouTube channel for the last, I don't know, year or whatever. And I have an individual and a person that I know that saw this clip as well, and they decided to email Lions Nation Unite. And what Lions Nation Unite decided to do is they decided to have Michael Kimber edit the part out of his live stream as if it didn't exist. But it did. Now you might be saying, well, Grid, you just speaking out the side of your mouth, bro. I've never done that. I've never, ever spoken out the side of my mouth. But when you're on YouTube, man, you have you as being on YouTube, you are a influencer. And I've really tried to stay out of the nonsense, because why get in it? Well, what brought me back in here today is the fact that they are trying to act like it doesn't exist, that it's not a thing, but it is. See, just because you act like it didn't happen or you ignore it doesn't mean it didn't that it didn't happen. Yeah, I'm gonna get it right. It's like 3 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I was sitting up playing the game, but then I was doing some research and found this out. All right, so let's do this real quick, okay? Because I want to show you something. It's funny how I'm always inside of the drama, bro, like all the time. It's just all the time. And it's like it finds me, bro. It's like it finds me. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm trying to pull up. Now, this person also works for Chat Sports. And Chat Sports, they something, y'all probably heard that. Okay, so here's what I want to show you here. Okay. Now we are going to cut to this screen here, and we're going to go to the live stream here, and we're going to go to this stream right here. All right. Now I want you to pay very close attention to the time of this stream.
That would be really damn good. And
let's mute that right there. This stream is 53 minutes right here and 32 seconds. 52 minutes and 41 seconds. Okay. Now you'll notice something as well that a lot of people don't know because you guys don't do YouTube. This was a live stream. Okay. When you do a live stream, there's usually a chat. Now that chat feature is unavailable. Usually it'll pop up here. Live chat replay is not available for this video. Now you might be saying, well, why is it not available? Well, it's not available because it was edited. Okay. Now we all make mistakes. We got erasers. We make mistakes. All humans. I've made mistakes. I've done that. But I also put integrity beyond anything else. I put it in front of anything else. And I've always been, no matter who's come at me, I've always stood there. I've always taken it. And I've always looked you right in your face. Trust me, y'all. I really tried to avoid this. I really did. But what Lions Nation Unite decided to do is have him edit his content because he is their social media manager. Okay? Now, just be clear. I don't want to... Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you what the original length, I can't talk this morning, of this video was. All right. If you go all the way down here, you see that this little bitty, let me see, you can't see it. It is 59 minutes and 39 seconds. Well, what happened to 6 minutes? That 6 minutes was chopped out, which then took away the live stream chat. Now, I'm not about beef. I'm not about drama. I'm about doing the right thing. And this guy here has been under your nose the whole time, and you ain't cared nothing about it. And I tried to tell you that he was a snake. And now he's a snake that runs Herman Moore's YouTube channel. So let's see the part that they edited out because it was brought to their attention. Okay, let me see if I can find it. We're going to cut it in here.
Actually had real in-game experience. Detroit Lions to have your quarterback aggressive because that's what today.
Okay, we are right. I think it's right around here. Let's see. Right around this.
Aggressive, really out effing standing. Really, really do so. I really think he is a phenomenal player. Folks, we got 109 in the building with only 38 likes. Let's get to 50 likes. If we get to 100 likes, you already know we will get the Ultra Combo. Combo breaker! We love the Ultra Combo in here. Why? Because we're a fan of Killer Instincts.
He got that from me. Now, before I go any further, I want to put a trigger warning here. This is a trigger warning. What is about to be said may trigger some people. And I debated really on if I should say something. I've been debating with this. This happened Thursday. I've been debating with this for the last 3 days. Should I do something? Right? And I was going to take a different road. And then when I saw that it was edited out, I said, oh no. See this? I know why it was edited out because it was brought to their attention and they had him edited out. Right? Now, remember, they fired a guy for doing whiteface. Okay? But let's get to this.
And we like Street Fighter as well. So,
I think it's coming up right.
I don't think he's doing anything bad. I don't think he's doing anything phenomenal. I think he's taking it fine. Sometimes if you don't hear from somebody, doesn't necessarily mean it's bad.
I had it queued up.
You can hear somebody and they absolutely suck. Don't want to have that. I've heard the defensive line is committed to violence and blank, but I can't remember what the other word is. I don't know what the other words is, but we can all put in fun words in there. I don't know, rape, smack.
Did you heard it, right? You heard it. But just in case you didn't, let's hear it one more again. One more time. Because I want to make sure y'all heard this.
I don't think he's doing anything bad. I don't think he's doing anything phenomenal. I think he's taking it fine. Sometimes if you don't hear from somebody, doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Because you could hear somebody and they absolutely suck. Don't want to have that. I've heard the defensive line is committed to violence and blank, but I can't remember what the other word is.
Now, no, wait. Before we go any further, I didn't Photoshop this. I didn't put this thing together. These are his words coming from his mouth on his show. It's not no behind the scenes stuff. He said this on his show, which is run by Chat Sports, and he is the social media manager for Lions Nation Unite.
I don't know what the other words is, but we can all put in fun words in there. I don't know, rape.
Fun words. We can all put in fun words, and then he proceeds to say the word RAPE. I don't care what culture you live in. That's not a fun word. It's never been a fun word. Now, if you remember, his video was 53 minutes. Not the 59 it originally was, because they took out an entire section. Because they wanted to protect their social media manager. Again, I have tried to tell y'all that the two sides of this individual is merging. He's out of control. He's out of control. I've tried to tell y'all that. But again, I have been on this platform for years, and I've been the target of everybody's aggression, because I typically am in front of this. Because in my opinion, is not going to fly. Now, you heard it twice. I'm not going to play it anymore. Twice. You saw it. I did not Photoshop. I don't have a voice changer. Well, I do have a voice changer, but it can't mimic people's voices. So my thing is this. Why not? You fired a guy for doing whiteface, but yet a fun word, you can put in a fun word. In what world is that word fun? Not in my world. Not in my world. But yet, instead of doing anything else, they just had him edit it out. Like I said, he is their social media manager, but you fired a guy for doing whiteface. But this is it. This is okay. And don't forget, this was up for days before he edited it out. It was up for days before he edited it out. So I'm going to let you make the choice. Again, not trying to cancel, because I don't believe in cancel culture. I believe in doing the right thing. And the right thing, I've always told y'all, man, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. I continually make mistakes. But I'm not a liar. Like, that's not what I do. That's not what I do. And I tried to tell y'all that this dude was not who he appeared to be. But again, his off-screen persona and his on-screen persona is merging together. And because he is a money-making person, I guess they're going to keep him on board. But this is the guy you're supporting. I don't care. You don't ever have to watch me, because believe it or not, I'm going to be here. You try to get rid of me once, it ain't happening. And it was false. The way you tried to do it was false anyway. I have not forgot, and I will not forget. I will not forget. It's not that I will not forget. Walked right into it. Oh, let me remind you too that this individual that said these words was also the same guy that, if you go back and watch that video, they edited that person out. Now, I've tried to focus on the Detroit Lions, and I've been holding on to this for a year and a half. Just trying to take what I assume would be the high road. And I don't think this is not the low road. This is a road of, I'm going to pass the ball to the people. Because I've always been about the people. I'm always been about the people. People make mistakes. That's fine. He want to apologize. That's fine. They want to keep him on. That's fine. That's fine. But that's who he is. I've tried to tell y'all. But the thing about being an influencer, right, quote unquote, is you can say whatever you want, and there are people that will believe whatever you say. They said I was the gift. They said I was talking about somebody's dead parents. I've talked about a lot of things. I've talked about other YouTubers. I've talked about how much certain channels suck. I've talked about crushing other channels. I have done all of those things. On camera and off. But I've never, ever talked about somebody's dead parents. And I've never, ever said that that word was fun. But you don't have to take my word for it. You can just take it as he said it. So hopefully from this day forward, y'all will believe. You don't listen. Believe, have what you hear, have what you see, none of what you heard, right? And that includes me. That includes me. That includes me. And let me just go back. In that live stream, they brought my voice. Is this my voice? As a matter of fact, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm not trying to make fun. I'm not trying to make fun of this whole thing, but I think we could use some laughter right now. When they brought me in and was like, is this my voice? I was like, is this my voice? That's how I was, right? So listen, you gonna get me for who I am, whether you like me or not, whether you believe me or not, whatever. You always gonna get the real me. You're never gonna get anybody else. I just pick and choose my battles. But this right here, them allowing him to cut it out so that nobody else sees it instead of making a move. When they fired a guy who did whiteface, but they let this fly. So anyway, that's who y'all supporting. You reap what you sow. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.